So, what exactly went down on January 6th? Who was involved? Who harbored insurrectionists? We should probably find all of those things out. And after passing a bill in the House to set up a 9/11 style commission, Democrats are now going to introduce that bill in the Senate. But of course, Republicans want nothing to do with this bill because they don't need a commission to know that January 6th was an inside job. But of course, top Republicans are making a concerted effort to quash the creation of a 9/11 style commission to investigate the Capitol attack, deeply endangering the bill's passage amid fears about what high profile inquiries into the events of January 6th might uncover. That includes Senate Majority or shared majority leader Mitch McConnell, of course, who said that he is no longer in favor of this bill. He opposes the commission in its current form, and several Republicans who've previously expressed support said they could no longer back it. McConnell's opposition brings into sharp relief the treacherous path ahead for the legislation, which Senate Democrats could introduce as soon as this week, according to a source briefed on the matter. Erin, is any of this surprising to you?
No, I think the most surprising aspect of this is how bored I am of this story of an armed insurrection in the US Capitol that where people die. It is inherently not a boring story, right. But the Republican opposition to trying to find out what happened, I'm just sort of like, yeah, of course these clowns are doing this. Of course they're doing this. It sort of reminds me of you ever had a friend who found out that their partner was cheating on them? It's usually a her, by looking at their phone and found that it was full of sex and inappropriate messages.
Full of sex.
And then the guy gets mad that she looked at the phone. That is somehow a comparable crime to having done all the things that are documented within the phone. That's how I feel like Republican obstruction to this registers to me. It's well, I guess if you're looking at the phone, you probably have to already have a sense of what's there. As we're investigating this, I think we have a sense that we'll uncover, we all kind of know what's there. We have a sense of what's there, but it would be great to know for sure what is there. And it's absolutely unsurprising to me. The Republicans are like, no, you can't look at my phone.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, kill the phone, shoot that phone. Never, phones are the problem in this case.
Phones don't exist. There's never been a phone. I don't know why you think I've ever had one. That's ridiculous. You must hate America if you think I have a phone in it with a bunch of insurrectionists. That's
First of all, I feel like they do. I know the metaphor got away, but I'm like, I feel like they do kind of have just sort of a Tinder, but for all the QAnon shamans that were in the Capitol and all the Holocaust deniers. They're like, ooh, Anyway, did I mention John was gone? This is how it's gonna be, people. All right, you just buckle up. Of course, this is making House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy look pretty bad, in particular because he was one of the guys who said that he called Trump during that insurrection. So House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy could be left exposed should a 9/11 style commission be impaneled. McCarthy called Trump as rioters breached the Capitol and begged them to call them off, only for the former president to side with the rioters, saying they appeared to care more about overturning the election results than Republicans in Congress. And that's not only Kevin McCarthy, but of course Mitch McConnell. The day after voting to not impeach Donald Trump for the second time, got up there and grandstanded all about the rioters and the overturning of democracy and Erin, am I crazy in feeling like somehow if we had done this back in February, right after Biden was inaugurated, that this would have easily been passed, whereas now we're like, oh no, I don't know if 10 Republican senators are actually gonna vote for this.
Yeah, I think it would have easily in February, but also if it would have happened in February, Republicans would have had more of a moral leg to stand on because they would have been like, look, they're prioritizing this over COVID relief, which in February was an urgent need that hadn't been passed yet, the giant first thing the Biden administration actually got through that needed to happen. So it was sort of doing it now means that Republicans don't really have an excuse to say why aren't you doing something else? Also, they have no clear agenda. I haven't seen a single policy proposal from them except not what the Democrats want, which isn't really a policy as much as it's just a disagreement. So yeah, I think that like the sentiment would have been there, but they would have also had a more readily available excuse.
Absolutely. And for a party that like prides itself on somehow the dwindling masculinity of the American male, and Ted Cruz tweeting out Russian like military training videos and comparing them to supposedly like super effeminate American military propaganda, that like the one person who just emasculates them over and over and over again is Donald Trump, just for the whole world to see. Yes, I sicked an entire mob on you. Yes, they were screaming, hang Mike Pence. Yes, if they probably found you or Mitch McConnell, they would have hurt you. But once again, deny reality, and I'm gonna just completely emasculate you. Bow down. Reality is not reality.
I mean, it almost seems like something that they like at this point. Like it's something that they're into, that they really like, maybe inappropriately so. Another aspect of that is like, here's something that is a little bit of a tangent, but COVID has a clear link to causing erectile dysfunction. Yes. And a lot of men that are Republicans refuse to wear masks and refuse to get the vaccine as some display of masculinity that could lead to them literally losing a very key component of their masculinity. It's a strange time.
Wow, God. Well, Rand Paul is refusing to be vaccinated. We may get to that story, but yes, that's what we need on the right. More erectile dysfunction. Hey, the future's bright.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.